Hello and welcome to Rolling with Reviews. I'm Will, and with me as always is the Space Cadet herself,
Sarah.
And today we're doing a review of Starship Captains. Sarah, tell us a bit about this game.
Alright, in Starship Captains, you'll manage your crew to explore new worlds, complete missions, upgrade your ship, fend off pirates, promote your crew, and improve your relations with different factions in the galaxy. Whoever does this the best, has the most points at the end of 4 rounds, wins. Alright, Will, so why did we get this?
This was one that we've heard about, right?
Yes, I had been following it, ever since, early last year. I had heard about it because the designer is Peter...
Hofgaard.
I hope I said that right. I'm sorry, Peter, if I mispronounced that. He does the Tabletop Together review blog, and he's been doing that for years, so it was really cool to see that he was coming out with a game, and not just any game, a love letter to Star Trek, which I grew up on Star Trek, and I just haven't been really impressed with the Star Trek games out there, so I was really looking forward to something that really captured that spark. And it's Euro-style game, not just like ship combat or something where the theme is just slapped on and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then you're just point salading your way through the galaxy.
Yep. So there were a lot of things going into why I was really excited and been following this for quite some time. And we finally got a copy.
Yes.
All right. So what do we like about the game? Well, let's start with the theme. It's just really well integrated. I mean, yes, it's not officially Star Trek, but it is space exploration with all the different Euro mechanisms that we like.
Yeah, I think when it comes to Star Trek, the problem that we had with officially licensed games is that it would always get to a point that felt very un-Star Trek.
Yeah.
This game doesn't run into that problem. In fact, it feels like it embraces the heart of the stories, the exploration, the discovering, the working together aspects of it, and uses it all through very smart Euro designs for game mechanics. So you can definitely plan out your course, set it in, and accomplish things, and you're not sidetracked by yes, there is damage that goes onto your ship, and you have to deal with from the start. A lot of games will make that a continuous priority, like, now we need to feed our people.
Yes.
That's not this issue. This is more to give you something to do, to fix up your ship, to make it better. It's very easy to keep up with the damage because you can actually choose how much damage you take by your actions.
Agreed. Yeah, it's really great that way. And speaking of the mechanism, I hate to say that it's a unique blend of mechanisms, but I just really can't. I struggle to compare this to any other game that we've played in terms of the mechanisms. I mean, you could say worker placement, but it's not like other worker placement games. It's action selection, but not like other ones. And I still wouldn't really call it engine building. Your tech board is abilities and opportunities. That aspect I'd probably compare a little more to Wingspan, that you're creating a
An interactive tableau.
An interactive tableau of things that can help you do things better.
Yeah, it's not like let's plug something in and get something out of it.
Right.
Or let's start it up and then by the end points come shooting out of it.
Yes.
No, this is just all in-game modifications.
Right.
Whether it's to a specific room, which corresponds to a colored worker, or just a passive ability that happens anytime a certain situation occurs.
Right.
So it's not a solid engine builder, but it does have aspects of it.
Right. And then you have exploration, but it's not going to be like those 4X games because you're just moving around, in this galaxy, or at least portion of a galaxy, going to different worlds and completing the missions by sending your crew, hopefully the right crew, so you can get the most benefit from it and gaining reputation from that.
Yeah. The other thing that's very different about this game is a lot of these games that feature exploration take ever to play. This is 4 rounds.
Yep.
And it moves.
Yeah. Will was caught off guard
Every time we played.
He would get to the 4th round and he's planning for the next round, and I'd have to say, Will, that was we're on the 4th round. There's no more game. That's it. Don't plan for another round.
Oh.
Yeah, he was caught off guard because it just plays so quickly, even though there is a beginning and end to the round and you get new things at the beginning of each round. I guess it's maybe not like big enough to really stick into your mind that this is it, or it's easy to lose track.
Yeah, it's just a very slick maneuvering into the next round for setup, because like to reset all your people, well, you have this queue line that you just push guys along until there's 3 left in the queue, and anyone else that fills your ready room, those are all your workers for the next round.
Yep.
Very simple. The round marker moves over. If
There's no actual round marker here.
Well, there's tokens on
the round
markers. So when we're moving into the next round, just grab those tokens, distribute them out. That's ready to go. Otherwise, it's a few reseeding things.
Yeah, so it's basically everything that you need for the new round is at the top of the board for the round. So like if you visited the different factions' planets, they have one-time tokens. When you go there, you get that benefit, and that token goes to the next round at the top. So when you're taking your next like crew member or whatever, you would put those back on the board.
Yeah.
So it is really, really super fast, which is also why it just keeps moving forward and just kind of blends together.
Yeah, a lot of times the games that have to reset, it's actually a very complicated process. This is just a blink of the eye, and you're
moving
ready to
forward.
go.
Yeah,
Yes.
Because what you do on your turn is using your crew members to do different things, and that just flows together. I think the other thing is I really appreciate the weight of this, which I feel is a medium weight, and it's sometimes hard to find a fast-moving medium weight game of, okay, you've got to keep all these things in mind and you're thinking through. It's a bit more tactical than strategic. But that's fine too. It's just a different way of playing. And it's just always moving forward, but you've got meaningful and engaging decisions to make.
Another thing that you pointed out while we were playing was a lot of times when you play one of these games and you find out early on, you're not winning.
Yeah.
That ruins games for Sarah.
It does.
It just flat out, she needs to be in contention in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
This game, that wasn't an issue.
Right. I mean, I would say the first couple of rounds, it's really hard to gauge how well you're doing because people can go in a variety of different ways. You could work on building up your tech board first and then going out and doing missions. Or maybe you do some missions first or you mix it up. So there's a lot of different ways you can go about it. But those missions are critical. So by the 3rd round, especially by the end of the 3rd round, going into the 4th round, I could pretty well tell I wasn't doing as many missions as Will, or I wasn't doing as many high point missions. It didn't lessen my enjoyment of the game at all. And it's just one of those things, I know me. Yes, if I see that I'm losing, I kind of get that little, what do you call it, like Linus funk around me. And it's like, oh God, I'm losing. How can I get it?
This game's dumb.
This game sucks.
Yeah.
And I just didn't feel that with this game. I enjoyed all the way up to the end of, well, I did my best. It wasn't good enough. I haven't yet won a game. That will change. And that's the thing. I keep wanting to play it again. And maybe I'll do better next time. And I think that's the other part that I really like. And this kind of goes to what Will and I like to design, is the epilogue. When you get your score at the end, you go to the back of the rule book and it has a couple of sentences for each, not each, but for like ranges of scores. And it tells you what you do in the epilogue, how good you come home a hero, or you get conscripted to the strike force or something like that. And that just really wraps up the story.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I don't mind losing at this game, because the story is engaging. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a highly narrative adventure game.
Yeah, there's not a thick book that goes along with it.
But there's enough there that you feel engaged the whole way through in space exploration.
I also like how they couch how players should interact at the end. Everyone is a winner because you all went out there and you did your best. Of course, the person who had the most points, they actually literally know that they're the best, and therefore they should go and tell everyone else that they did a great job. And it was tough out there, but they did their best.
And that's pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
How do you put that? It's a winner who knows how to say thank you for a good game.
A gracious winner.
Yes, a gracious winner. That's what I was looking for.
Yes,
It's
good game ethics.
It is. And it reinforces that as much as we're pitting against each other, we're also all trying to do positive things in the universe.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Which is very fitting considering the organization is called the Cooperative.
Yep, exactly. Well, I think that covers a lot of what we really like about the game. So there were a few things we didn't like. And these are very minor in my opinion. We weren't expecting to have to put our own player boards together. So unfortunately, the player boards are dual layer, but not pre-assembled. So they come hinged, and there's little double-sided tape applicators. And so you're going to have to punch out all the little bits so you actually have the wells and areas that you need for the dual layer. And then put these little tape pieces in and push it together and hold it together. The sides still kind of lift up, but for the most part, it stays together, and I think it's going to be fine. I just wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, and you have to be very careful to make sure to know what are player components and what are just chaff that needs to get tossed.
Yeah, because we had some pieces pre-fall off the player boards before we even opened the game. So we were finding these random bits that were colored, but there was no indication in the rules of what they were. So it was kind of confusing until we started looking at the player boards, punching it out, and realizing, oh, the pieces that are in the bottom of the box are from the player boards. They're just supposed to be thrown away.
Yes.
So that was just a little moment of confusion. That's all.
And freaking out.
And freaking
out. Like, oh my God, we are doing something wrong.
Where'd this come from? And I've heard this, the next thing I'm going to talk about, I've heard from other people. And that's the Omega Tech can just feel frustrating. And the reason being is there's only 3 put out on the board, no matter your player count. And these are end game point scoring opportunities. And they go on your tech boards. They do take up space. So that does mean if you get them early, you're not going to have something more active to use. And they're very, very specific. So if you get something really early on and end up not doing that thing, it's not going to score you a lot of points. But the frustrating part is there's only 3 and they never get refilled. I'm just concerned that like in a 4-player game, someone would feel, I don't know, it's shafted. And especially if one person gets more than that.
Yeah. But mechanically, what they are is a give and take for your own tech board, because you only have 6 spaces once they're all open to even have techs. So it's up to you. Are you willing to give up space for techs that could let you do more things for techs that only give you points? How early is it to get it to plan for, or are you doing some sort of sacrifice and letting other players get ahead because you're going for the Omega techs?
Right.
So it's that type of choice. Don't get too heavily caught up on, well, I need to have an Omega tech.
It's not going, okay, I'm not going to say that it will not ever win the game for you, but it is not as many points as what missions could get you, or they're more equivalent to the very small, easy missions. I think at best I got 4 or 5 points from one of these, maybe.
Well, I would also say the Omega Tech can be extremely situational.
Yes.
Like, for example, one tech lets you pretty much count all your damage as a point. And since damage counts as -1 point, it's just a wash. So if you're a player who's planning on doing things that will rack them up a lot of damage, that might be a good tech for them, just so that they can ignore a different aspect of the game.
Right.
And that could be a lot of points that they're trying to wash away.
Right. And there are some occasions that you'll be able to draw from the top of the Omega deck and get an Omega. Choose one. But again, it's going to be luck of the draw. Does it work with what you've been doing? So again, they're small points. It's more, so mechanically, it's balanced. It's the feeling. It doesn't feel good that there's only 3 out there, and it's whoever gets them first type of thing.
Yes.
That's it, though, for what we didn't like. So, who is this for?
Yes.
If you're wanting a thematic Euro-style midweight game that has this kind of love letter to Star Trek type of feel to it, and it plays quick. There's just so many good things about this game. I think, Will, you said it best.
Yeah, personally, I think this needs to be a staple in pretty much everybody's board game collection.
I agree. I don't think there's going to be many people that will not enjoy this game.
Yeah, it's easy enough to learn once you figure out the rules. The narrative and the mechanics of them are so nicely and tight together that a lot of people say, well, this is going to be a Euro game that has a strong narrative. And I play it and they tried.
It's like, sure, the artwork reinforces the theme.
Yeah, or just like some part of the mechanic sort of leans towards them saying that this actually accomplishes it.
Yes, agreed. So,
and it plays fast.
It plays so fast. So honestly, we recommend it for pretty much anybody. Maybe not families that are really new to board games, because I could see this being more complicated for some younger definitely younger children, but that'd probably be the only group that wouldn't. But if you're big, Star Trek fans or just space fans, you could probably get into it. It could be your challenge.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over our ratings.
So for our ratings, we each have 1d6 worth of ratings to give. 1 is low, 6 is high. We give a number, a reason why, and add them together and see what it rolled for us. Sarah, what did Starship Captains roll for you?
It rolled a 6. I love this game. I haven't won this game, and I still love this game. I love the epilogue. I love the gameplay. Everything about it. I will always ask to play this game, and Will suggest it. I'm like, it's on the table. So, yes.
And for me, I do acknowledge there are a few things out there that could cause problems. Maybe some colorblind issues. However, I would have rated this higher than a 6.
Yeah.
But despite the few things, it is a 6 for me as well. Yeah. It critted us.
It did. This is a critical game that, it's good. It's really, really good.
Yes.
There was a reason why I was excited and anxious to get a copy of this, and as soon as I saw it available, I bought it, and I'm glad I did.
All right. Well, that will do it for us. 12 out of 12. Fantastic. Make sure to get it whenever you see it in stock, because I can imagine this thing sells out.
Yes.
Whenever it comes in stock.
Yep.
It already sold out from the place we ordered it from.
Yeah, I think I got it from Cool Stuff Inc. And they didn't have that many copies to start with. As soon as I saw it in stock, I bought it. So yeah.
Yeah. So definitely one to get. Sarah, what was your favorite mission to go on in Starship Captains?
I don't know. I think, the one with what was it? There was a junkyard one. I just thought that was funny.
Like a scrapyard thing?
Yeah, scrapyard. I'm like, what a mission. We're on a scrapyard planet. That's just hilarious. I thought that was funny. What about you?
So the one that always sticks out of my mind is Save the Young Ones.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's like a trope of any starship, anything. So seeing missions like that, it's like, that just hits the nostalgia button.
Isn't there also one for like a pet for the Admiral?
Yes, a pet for the Admiral.
Like, find a pet. What a mission.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Right away, sir. We'll get right on it.
Yes, because that's how you save the galaxy. All right, and don't forget to check out what could be an interesting something later.
Yes, we might have more Starship Captains for you soon.
All right, and that will do it for us. And we've been Rolling with Reviews. And remember, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to us on the various social media platforms at
Rolling with Two. That's TWO. We are on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And on YouTube, please like and subscribe.
And if you have time, check out the other content Nanaman has found for you, because remember, he's rolling with you.